I feel the Spirit moving in me. I feel the Spirit moving in me. Oh, Hosanna, come on. Everybody sing Hosanna. Hosanna, come on. Hosanna in the highest form of praise now. Hosanna, come on, come on, come on. Hosanna, Hosanna. Don't do it now. Hosanna, come on. Here we go now. We're celebrating Jesus. We're gonna have a good time today. Let's celebrate, cause God is great. Said we're gonna have a good time today.
Wait!
Let's celebrate.
Wait! That's not the rest of the story. When Jesus and the disciples reach the Mount of Olives, they enter the Garden of Gethsemane. And they all come in, and they sit down, and they begin to pray. And the strangest thing happens. The disciples fall asleep. And Jesus, coming from his human self, starts to worry. And he starts to think about, what is he doing? What am I doing here? Who am I? And he says, Father, take this cup from me. I don't want to do this. I'm not your guy. Go find somebody else. I don't want to do it. Here he is, struggling with his own doubts. I believe feeling an instant of humanness and saying, I can't do this. I don't want to do this. And he's alone. His support team, his disciples, are asleep. Have you ever felt alone? When you faced your doubts and your fears, and sometimes people can say all of the most beautiful and profound things to you, and you still feel alone. You know, it's like sometimes we have to experience the difficult times in our life, and we have to experience them by ourselves. Sometimes, don't you wish you could say, take this cup from me? I don't want this to happen. I don't want to have to go in and have this conversation. I don't want to have to go in and pull up my bootstraps and find my own strength in the midst of something that I said or did that I wish I hadn't done or said or felt. Take this cup from me. In the Garden of Gethsemane, we feel alone. We feel afraid. We doubt our own potential. You know, the truth of it is we are all spiritual beings having a physical experience, and sometimes that physical experience weighs on us, yes, and can pull us down, can hurt. We can feel abandoned. We can feel alone. You know, the spiritual journey is like the peeling of an onion. Sometimes it feels like, I got this. Yeah? Ever felt that way where it's like, wow, oh, look at me. Woo, I am so spiritual. You know, I was able to be loving in this difficult situation. I was able to stand up. I was able to remember my truth, remember my oneness, and then something happens and it ticks you off. And all of a sudden, you go into that fearful place, and part of you knows that just 5 minutes ago, you were the most spiritual person in the room. Yeah? And that's okay, because our life is a cycle of going down and being in the dirt and grubbing around and being angry sometimes and being fearful, and then remembering the truth of who we are. Our spiritual journey is like this, up and down, always moving forward. Hopefully, the more we do it, the less up and downs we have. So I'd like now for us to watch Alen Reed as he shows us about an experience that he had with fear and doubt.
We have many trials and tribulations in life, and one was a difficult divorce. I thought that was the end. Somehow God pulled me through that one. It was not easy, but it was completed, and I was made whole. I felt terrible at the time, but when I saw the light, I knew there was no way out but up. And I felt really relieved. I felt relieved that it was over, rather than continue to live through a struggle that I could not win. So the only way I could win was to give and forgive. The truth was, I realized that there was other love than my physical love for this woman. I had God's love, and with that I could not lose.
I only want to say, if there is a way, take this cup away from me. I don't want to taste its poison. Feel it burn me. I have changed. I'm not as sure as when we started. Then I was inspired. Now I'm sad and tired. Listen, surely I exceeded expectations. I tried for 3 years. Seems like 30. Could you ask as much from any other man? Why should I die? Why should I die? Then I was inspired. Now I'm sad and tired. After all, I tried for 3 years. Seems like 90. Why then am I scared to finish what I started? What you started, I didn't start but you hold every cup. I will drink your cup of poison. Nail me to your cross and break me, bleed me, beat me, kill me. Take me now before I change my mind. Now before I change my mind.